Today, we're going to check out some security options and ensure users only see what they should see. Hey there, Zack with Fast Tracks here with another Fast Tracks fact. Today, we're going to check out some security options you can enable to keep sensitive data secure and ensure users only see what they should see. Let's get going. There's a few areas we're going to check out, starting with the obvious, employee and user permissions. In Control Center, permissions for both users and employees can be set granularly, meaning at the user or employee level or via a group. I highly recommend using groups, as it's much easier to update a group's permission and have it affect dozens of employees or users instead of touching each one individually. Commonly, your groups will be set up for things like managers, district managers, cashiers, admins, etc. So our permissions here are super detailed. You can decide what level of access is available in Control Center, POS, and the handheld. While most of these permissions are pretty straightforward, like can the user access this function or not, I want to highlight a few. In the employee POS permissions, there's an option to force driver's license scan, meaning that even if you don't force license scan for age verification globally, you can force it on certain employees. This is helpful for new hires or employees who have failed stings in the past. Also in employee POS permissions, you can enable override blind reg X and Z. What this does is it allows certain employees to see the full X or Z data even if the button itself defaults to being blind. In employee handheld permissions, there's a receiving verify blind, and it's one of my favorite permissions to enable. When enabled, when the employee is verifying an invoice on the handheld, they don't see the expected quantity, forcing them to actually count the products. And this is similar to the same setting we have for cycle counts. Moving on to other security features. Let's look at some global POS settings. On the time clock side, you can enable force auth on all time clock entries, which means that all time clock entries require authentication before allowing the punch to happen. When disabled, once a user is logged in, they can simply punch in or out without credentials or using biometrics. In the register setting, there's also a couple worth noting. Auto log off POS will automatically bring up a quick login screen after each transaction. This secures the register if it happens to be in a high traffic or customer facing area to ensure that no customer can walk up and start messing with the register screen. Similarly, you can enable log off after X minutes of activity, where you define the number of minutes. When the register is idle for that period, the system will lock, forcing the cashier to enter credentials before continuing. Finally, let's look at some general Control Center security settings. In Settings, Shared Settings, there's an option to auto log off Control Center. When enabled, after X minutes of being idle, the user will automatically be signed out of the website. And one super powerful, though much less known, is limiting location usage by IP address. This is under Locations, IP address filters. And when you enable this and add an IP address to a location, if the IP address used by the user's browser isn't in the accepted list, this location won't be available for them to use. Meaning that if you prefer, employees can only access Control Center from specified places, like the store. So that's it for now. Maybe this security tip will help you sleep a little better tonight. I appreciate you stopping by. Take care.